Hey guys, it's Josh over at J&H. I told everybody I would go live tonight on YouTube, so here I am. It's just after 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and just going to talk a little bit of fishing. So if you've seen the title of this video, so far we're going to talk a little bit about Avet Day / Offshore Day at the shop, which is going to be June 2nd, which is a Saturday. You can come to the shop. We'll do some stuff online too, but we're going to do some giveaways and just have a really good day. George from Avet is actually going to be in the shop, so for the first time we're going to have an Avet Day where Avet is actually going to be there, which is great, and Justin from Chatterlores is going to be there. I did a live video today with Justin on Instagram where he was actually in the shop and he was loading us up, but he's going to be doing the vast majority of our offshore stuff, which is really cool. He does a great job. The quality of the stuff is just top notch, and we're adding a lot more spreader bars and daisy chains. High quality stuff at a fair price, nothing crazy. We're not doing that whole thing where a lot of these offshore shops just like go nuts and charge you like crazy amounts for spreader bars and that kind of stuff. We want things to be affordable, but of a good quality. So we're doing that. That's already in the store. We're gonna put that stuff up online in the next couple of days, and just redoing the offshore thing. I think a lot of times different shops get sort of pigeonholed into different areas of like, this is an offshore shop, this is an inshore shop, this is a surf shop. But at J&H, we're trying to be sort of an everything shop, or as much as we can be. I mean, there are certain areas we don't focus on, like fly fishing, but we are trying to be your one-stop shop for inshore, offshore, surf, and freshwater. We're building as well, which we've talked about a bunch. So a lot of stuff happening, a lot of cool stuff, getting a lot of new stuff in. The Shimano Bantam MGLs started coming in. We got in the righties last week. Today we got in the lefties, which is really cool. I know a lot of people, or a lot more people, seem to be fishing left-handed with bait casters. Just more comfortable for them to work the rod with their strong hand or power hand in the right, and then just reel with the left. So we're doing a lot of that. And what else is new? What else came in? We're getting a lot more tsunami stuff. Not that it's necessarily new, but just stocking up because we've just been selling a ton of it. The slow pitch rods and the slim wave rods have been going like crazy. With fluke season open now, everybody has been buying those up, and they've been watching some John Skinner videos where he's been, I think, black fishing with one of the tsunami spinning rods and doing some other stuff. He's also just been killing it with the bucktails already, and I think it's gonna be a great year for fluke. I hope the striped bass continues and that we have a good year with that, and it should just be fun all around, So that's basically it. Everything is going well at J&H. We are chugging on. I will tell you a funny story today. Someone actually cursed me out on the phone, which I thought was kind of silly. What happens sometimes is you'll place an order for 10 different items and we'll be missing one, and it's sort of this like conundrum of should we ship everything else out and wait for that one item, or wait for that one item? Should we just cancel that one item, ship everything? Like there's so many different scenarios, and in an ideal world we would have everything all the time, but inventory is just one of the hardest things to maintain. Especially when you're dealing with just a ton of SKUs and so many different manufacturers who are dealing with their own problems, whether it could be materials or importing stuff or whatever. So in this case, the guy ordered like 3 or 4 different items. One of them was like a hoagie pro tail eel in bubble gum that we were out of. And so he had everything else of his order, and he said, hey, where's my order? And this was all through like chat and email and stuff. And I said, we're just missing this one thing. Would you take, this one hoagie lure, would you take a different color? And he writes back, no, I'll wait. I just, I want that color. That's the one I think works the best. I said, okay, cool. Then in an email, he says, I said I'd ship everything else. And in an email, he starts going off on another thing, a whole other tangent about something else. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. But we shipped that, the vast majority of his order out. Then today he calls me, and as soon as I get on the phone, and I didn't answer, someone else answered and put him on hold for a little while, and I apologize for that, but we're just crazy busy, and everybody wants to talk to me, which is cool, but at the same time, I can only talk to one person at a time. I can't talk to 6 different people. So I finally get on the phone with him, and I just say, hey, it's Josh, and he goes on this long rant without letting me talk about, I don't know how you can be, he's like quoting our voicemail message, like the background of what you hear when you're on hold. you know, it says we've been in business for 40 years and all that kind of. He's like repeating that. He's like, I can't believe you're in business for 40 years with this. And he's talking about clips. And at this point, I don't really know who he is. Like, I'm not, like, this wasn't like a continuing conversation. This was like, you know, over the course of 3 or 4 days, random times, and, you know, emails and messages, and of which I get hundreds and hundreds every single day. So it's sort of in the back of my mind, but he's talking about clips, and he's yelling at me and cursing at me and telling me how can I run a business like this, and he's gonna tell all his friends never to shop with us, and he goes on, and then as soon as I think there's like a break in the conversation where I can actually like talk and tell him to chill a little bit and let me know what you're even talking about, he just, you know, drops one more F-bomb and then hangs up on me. So he gave me the order number, and I went over the order and I found out it was this guy. So he was just missing this one thing. So I don't know what he's talking about with clips. And you know, I was like, you know, should I call this guy back and, like, you know, just sort of try to have a conversation with him about, you know, what the situation is or whatever. But he just wanted to be refunded for, you know, I didn't call him, but he wanted to be refunded for his clips, which, again, no clips on the order. It was just hooks and a hoagie. So I refunded him for the hoagie. So he basically blew up at me over a $5.35 hoagie lure, which was just, it's just weird. You know, it doesn't generally happen. I mean, people get angry about different things. They expect things at certain times. It doesn't happen, so they get, you know, they get upset, and I get that. You know, we're working always to ship faster, deliver better, and all this kind of stuff. But at the same time, we're growing at a faster pace than anticipated, and it's hard to catch up, especially when you're dealing with. You know, it's not like we make one product or even 5 products, and you can say, okay, well, let's triple the order for these 5. It's like, well, we sell thousands of products, and yeah, certain ones we're selling a lot more of, but other ones we're selling a little bit more of, and it's hard to sort of gauge that across the whole thing. It's just, you know, there's just so much going on. So we do, you know, from time to time, absolutely drop the ball, and that's something that we're working on to improve constantly, and that seems to be the hardest part or our biggest struggle as a company. But I think we're getting better at it, and I think as time goes on, we'll get better and better. It's just, you know, we have more customers, more orders, and all this kind of stuff, so it just sort of becomes a bit of a minefield, but that's on us, you know, to do better. But I think people, like I always tell people, like, if you need something right away, let me know, you know, communicate with me and let me know, because you know, again, we're getting hundreds of orders every day. I don't know if you need it by the weekend for your fishing trip, or if you can wait a month because you're not fishing until July or something. You know, it's like there's so many different factors that goes into all this stuff, and I wish people would just, you know, if they need something right away, just call me, email me, DM me. I'm super available, and if I can't get it for you, I'll let you know. I don't want to lead anybody on. I want everybody to be happy and have as much fun as they can and get the products that they want. But if J&H can't deliver, I'll let you know, you know, because it's going to be worse for me if I don't tell you, and then all of a sudden, you know, just things go crazy. So that's basically it. Someone's asking me, you know, I'll answer a few questions because they show up. Again, with YouTube, it's hard because they sort of fade away and I don't get a chance when I'm doing these sort of rants. But someone did ask me about 3-speed HXW Avets. So I'm not a 3-speed guy. I don't see the point of it. I think it's silly. No one's ever asked me for it in a, you know, no one's ever said, I've used 3 speeds all the time, and you know, they're just so much better than 2 speeds. Like, I've never seen a need for a 3-speed. I think that it was something that was the designer at Avet made because he thought it was interesting, he thought something people might need, but it turns out that it's not useful and no one really needs it. The sales in them are minimal. I don't think we've sold, maybe we've sold a couple of them if people just want them. I got into an argument with a guy about that once, just as maybe a month ago, where he was talking to me and he was like, I want, you know, do you got any 3-speeds? And I said, you know what, you don't really need a 3-speed. A 2-speed is fine. I didn't ask you what I needed. I asked you if you had them, and I said, okay, listen, you're not the customer for me. We're gonna pass, and you can go your merry way. I just don't want to deal with any of that stuff. But anyway, having answered that question, that's basically it. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to take off. It's, what time is it now? It's 11:20, about time to get some sleep. Going to try and, I don't know if tomorrow morning I'll get to do some videos. I haven't done videos in a little bit. It's just been crazy busy. and having an opportunity just filling orders and you know, doing business stuff. But that's basically it. So again, on June 2nd, join us for Avet Day. I'm sure we're going to be giving away Avet Reels. We're going to be doing Offshore Day, which means Chatterlore stuff. We're going to come up with something really cool, giveaways for that, discounts for that. So come in this, come into the store. We'll do it online too, and it should be a pretty cool day. So again, if you guys need me, email me, DM me, write a comment on a YouTube video, whatever you want to do, and I'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions. All right. So have a great night, and we'll do this again soon. See ya.